download the Adda 247 application, download and subscribe the Officers Adda 247 YouTube channel so that you can get regular update from our side. So let's start today's session. And before to start, I would like to say, our target batch that is actually started, and I think you should all just enroll in this batch, because this is not a very bad deal, because you are going to get a 3 physical books as well as a 84 mock test, 82 ebooks, as well as a 130 hours live classes where you can directly interact with us, and this is a very good thing that you are going to get. And these batches are actually started is going to start from the 16th of April. Like AB batch is going to start from the 16th of April, okay, and PPB and LRB class that is going to start from the 18th of April, okay. So this batch, this batch is especially for the English medium aspirant, and you just have to use the code Y422, and with this code you are going to get a big discount on the batches, okay. And you can apply this code on any batches, and whatever that the price would be so much reduced, and you are going to get everything at very affordable price, okay. So again, do not miss out the golden chance. Just grab this opportunity, apply the code Y422, and you are going to get the big discount on the batches, okay. So let's start today's session. And I just want that everyone just should participate in this question answer series. And this is we are just talking about the module B, and whatever the questions we are discussing, that all are very important from the module B of your accounting and finance for the bankers, right? So let me fix here that the things, just a minute, let me fix here. Okay, so just tell me what would be the answer here for the first question. What would be the answer of the in accounting standard intangible assets that come under, okay. Accounting standard is a chapter from where you are going to get a very pretty much questions, like some questions that are of the match the following, some questions are from the theoretical part. So you are going to get a maximum questions from this particular chapter, okay. So just tell me what would be the answer here for this question. So as in the question, like in accounting standard intangible assets come under, and so the multiple options are given, like accounting standard 22, accounting standard 23, accounting standard 24, accounting standard 26. So if you have watched my lectures, that I just explained you all the accounting standards in a story format, right? So, what would be the answer here? Yes, that is a correct answer. That would be the accounting standard 26. So, accounting standard 26 is actually deals with the intangible asset. Okay. Now, the question is what we understand by the intangible assets. When we understand the assets, okay, so assets are actually of the two types. The one asset that is we understand by the tangible asset, and another one that is known as the intangible asset, right? So what we understand by the tangible and what we understand by the intangible? Look, tangible, that means that assets that the when we can say, like tangible assets are those assets who have a physical existence. That asset is known as a tangible asset, and those assets do not have a physical existence, that is known as a intangible asset, okay. Either you can also say that those assets you can touch, that asset is known as a tangible asset, and those assets you cannot touch, that asset is known as an intangible asset, okay. So the answer of this question, that would be the accounting standard 26, and most of the most of our bankers just give the correct answer of this question. A very nice attempt. Like from these questions you are going to memorize every accounting standard. And I know, and I also explained all the accounting standard in a story format, so just do not need to worry about that. In accounting standard we actually see the lot of pages in accounting standard chapter, so just do not need to worry. We have a short points, and we have a short one liners for every accounting standard, that is important from your exam point of view, right? So now just attempt the another question and tell me what would be the answer here. The main aim of the accounting standard is, This is also very important question. Just tell me what would be the answer here. So multiple options are given for this question, and just tell me what would be the answer of this. So the question is the main aim of the accounting standard is, and the multiple options like standardized diverse accounting policies, lower the accounting dissimilarities, ensuring the comparability of the financial statements, or we can say all of the above. So what would be the answer of this? Just tell me, just quickly tell me, and please share this video or link to every of your friends, like so that maximum number of our colleagues can join with this session, and just like this video also, so that we just getting so much appreciation from you guys. Okay, so the main aim of the accounting standard, whenever we talking about any accounting standard, so accounting standard actually ensure the financial statements from the multiple companies are comparable. We can also say that whenever we are talking about accounting standard, that actually make whatever the financial statement generated from multiple companies, like if we are talking about this is a company 1, this is a company 2, this is a company 3, okay, and the name is XYZ, suppose that, okay, and every just company just just prepare its financial statement, like one company is preparing the financial statement, another company is also preparing the financial statement, another company is also preparing the financial statement. So accounting standard, the main purpose of the accounting standard is to make the financial statement of every multiple companies are comparable, so that we can easily compare. And whenever we are talking about comparison, it always done with the same parameter. Whenever we have to compare anything, okay, that means we have to compare with the same parameter of others also, right? So that is the main purpose of the accounting standard. So if we're talking about first option, that is standardized diverse accounting policies, so that is the correct, okay. Another option, that is lower the accounting dissimilarities, that is also correct, okay. Ensuring the comparability of the financial statement that we actually discussed in the this example, that is also correct. So the right answer of this, that is all of the above, and most of our just bankers just give the correct answer of this question. The very nice attempt of from all of you guys, okay. Now just attempt another question, that is in bookkeeping double entry implies, okay. Just tell me what would be the answer of this. So bookkeeping, actually I just explained you in my lectures, like when I just explained you double entry bookkeeping system, if you have remembered that lecture, okay. So multiple options are given: recording entries in the journal, recording entries in the ledger account, recording two aspects of the every transactions, recording every transactions in the books, okay. So what would be the correct answer here? What we actually discussed in bookkeeping double entry implies. So in my lecture, if you just understand my sessions, like whatever I have taken, so I just explained you that in accounting, like every term implies it names itself. Like suppose that we are talking about the double entry, what implies a double entry, what we understand by the double entry, just tell me, okay. That means in bookkeeping, double entry implies that every debit entry has its credit entry, that I explained you, okay. What I explained, like whenever we talking about in bookkeeping, what it means that double entry implies. So double entry implies recording two aspects of every transaction. So the correct answer should be here, that is C, that is recording two aspects of every transactions. And these type of the questions are very important from exam point of view, right? So just understand, because these all questions are just just based on your basic concepts, so that is a very important thing that you have to understand, okay. Next question, just do by your side, after that I will just explain you what would be the correct answer here. So question is, which of the following accounts can be classified as a real account, right? And the multiple options are given, like rent expense account, rent income account, expense account, or cash account, right? So just tell me what would be the answer of this question, and everyone just giving the correct answer. So whenever we are talking about the real account, so what we understand by the real account, just tell me what we understand by the real account. In real account we actually understand a very good, very basic thing, that all assets we keep under the real account category. Whenever I just explain you accounts categories, like accounts categories is just accounts are classified into two categories. One category is that is known as a personal, and another one known as a impersonal, right? So one is a personal account, another one known as a impersonal account. So what in the personal account, the further classification of this, like natural, artificial, as well as a representative personal account, if you have remember that I just explained you. And the impersonal account we actually classified the two accounts, like the one is that is the real account, and another one that is a nominal account, right? So what the things we actually keep under the real account, and based on that you are going to get definitely one question in the examination, the minimum one question. Okay, so that means this is a very important important topic for your examination. So the answer that would be the cash account, because whenever we're talking about the assets, like all the assets we actually keep under the real account category. So in the real account category we actually keep all the assets of the business, and assets may be the cash, assets may be the machinery, assets may be your fixed assets. Okay, so that you actually understand when we just discuss in the chapter. Okay, so assets, that is the your cash, machines, okay, furnitures, that all are understandable as a assets. As and in the previous question I actually explained you, like assets are of two kinds, like tangible asset as well as an intangible asset. And I hope everyone just remember that. So tangible assets, those assets you can touch, that is known as a tangible, and those assets you cannot touch, that is known as an intangible asset. Okay, so that assets, cash, like cash, machinery, fixed asset, furnitures, that all comes under the asset category. Okay, so like in these options, if I say what would be the correct answer of this, so the correct answer that would be the last part, that is a cash account, and most of the one does give the correct answer of this. Very nice attempt. Okay, now the next question, that is bookkeeping is mainly concerned with which part of the accounting process? Very important question. The very first thing that you have to remember, why the bookkeeping is important for any organization, right? So why bookkeeping is mainly concerned with which part of the accounting process, and this question is also very important. Just tell me what would be the answer of this. The multiple options are given, like finding the errors, preparing financial statements, recording financial information, auditing the books of accounts. So what would be the answer of this? The very important thing, that bookkeeping is actually record financial information. Okay, why we whenever we're talking about the bookkeeping, what we understand, bookkeeping actually record the financial informations. Okay, so the correct option, that is your C part. Okay, and most of the one actually just give the correct answer of this also. Okay, finding the errors, that is not correct. Preparing financial statements, that is also not correct. Bookkeeping actually record the financial informations of your like accounting transactions. Okay, so that's why the option C would be the correct. Okay, I am hoping that everyone just understand this concept. Okay, so finding the errors we actually going to understand in the trial balance chapter. So in this question, the correct answer that would be the C. Anyone is a doubt in this question? Just you can ask me if you are facing any doubt in any question. Okay. So whenever we talk about the bookkeeping, bookkeeping is mainly concerned with the recording financial information of the business or say organization. Right. Next question. Now the next question is, what is bookkeeping? Okay, so what is bookkeeping? Like the options are the process of keeping a basic record of business transaction, the process of providing a record of business transactions to management, the process of recording data relating to accounting transactions in the accounting books, or none of the above. So what would be the correct answer of this? Just tell me what would be the answer of this. Just understand the options first, okay? Like you understand the bookkeeping. In the bookkeeping we actually record the financial information, right? Now just read the options, like the process of keeping a basic record of business transaction. The first option is the process of keeping. The second option is the process of providing a record for business transactions to management, okay? Another option is the process of recording data relating to accounting transactions in the accounting books. So that would be the correct answer of this. Okay. So whenever we're talking about the bookkeeping, you have to understand in the bookkeeping principle, we actually just follow the double entry bookkeeping system. And in the entry bookkeeping system, every debit entry has its a credit entry. The very first thing that you have to understand. The second important thing, that in the bookkeeping we actually record the financial informations, okay? The third important thing is the process of recording data relating to accounting transactions in the accounting book. That is the correct answer for your what is the bookkeeping, okay? So the correct answer, that would be the C in this context, and the correct answer, that would be the C, okay? So the first option is wrong. Second option is also wrong. Third option is the correct, and fourth is also wrong. Okay. So that would be your answer would be the C. The process of recording data relating to accounting transactions. So whenever we are talking about the transactions, so we actually discuss like some transactions that may be of the cash transactions. Okay, and whenever we talk about the cash transactions, it may be of cash receipts as well as the cash payments, right? So that is your answer of this question. Okay. So the next question is the act of transferring information from journal to the journal ledger is called, and the multiple options are given: posting, journalizing, transferring, and none of the above. So the very first thing that you have to know, what is a journal and what we understand by the ledger, right? So just tell me what would be the answer of this, because I actually explained this, but I can also once again explain here. So journal is also understandable as a book of the original entry, and that is a very important comment on the journal, and that you have to understand a book of the original entry, that is known as a journal. And journal is also you can understand as a diary, okay? A diary of any business, where the first time transactions are going to be recorded. So you can also understand that first time whenever the transactions is going to be recorded, that is a place that is known as the journal, okay? And after recording, when we have to post, that is known as the laser, okay? So after recording, when we have to post, that is known as a laser. So I hope now it is understandable. So the act of transferring information from the journal to the journal laser is called what? Right, it is called the posting. That is the correct answer of this question. Very nice. Okay. So for journal, you have to understand journal is a place where first time transactions of any business is going to be recorded, and after that, the whatever the transactions we record, that actually post into the laser, that is known as a laser. So that the question is also here, that is the act of transferring information from journal to the journal laser is called posting, okay? Right. So the correct answer, that would be here A. Next question. I think this question is also same from the previous one, like the act of transferring information from journal to the journal ledger. Just skip this because the answer of this is the posting. Okay, so we can skip this. Okay. The another question, that is, which of the following is not an acceptable statement of the basic accounting equation? This is a very important, and that you actually understand as a balance sheet equation. Okay. So whenever we're talking about the balance sheet equation, so what we understand with the balance sheet equation, actually balance sheet equation, that is equal to assets, and it will be equal to the liabilities plus capital. Okay. And capital, that may be of the owner's equity, or you can understand as a shareholder's capital, right? So that is the balance sheet equation of your you have to understand, that is assets is equal to liability plus capital, and based on that, in the examination you're going to get the maximum number of the questions, where sometime you have to just find out like the total assets are given, and you have to find out the total liabilities, and that time you also have to calculate like current liabilities. Okay, so that all things that related to this equation. So this equation is a very important, you have to understand, because from this equation you're going to do the maximum number of the questions, and that questions is actually asked in the examination of the 2 marks. Okay, so that equation is a very important from the exam point of view. So because sometimes there are total assets would be given, capital would be given, right? And suppose that total asset capitals are given, and you have to find out the current liabilities. So how you can find out the current liabilities? Like suppose that in the liabilities, like from here you can just find out the total liability, and we understand the total liability is actually just of the two part, like one is a current liability as well as a non-current liability. Okay, so suppose that the total liability you are finding and non-current liabilities are given, so from that you can find out the current liability. So the main thing that you have to understand, based on this accounting equation you are going to get the maximum number of the questions in the examination. So that's why you have to just memorize like assets is equal to liability plus owner's capital, or say owner's equity or capital. So this is a very important thing that you have to understand. So the correct answer for this question, that would be the assets is equal to liability plus owner's equity plus cap, or you can also say capital, and that would be the shareholders capital also, right? So that is the correct answer, is a. Now the very important question, that is the process of recording transactions in a different journals is known as. Just tell me the answer of this, because in this in this session we actually understand what is bookkeeping, like how to record the transactions from the journal to the ledger, like what is a journal, what is a ledger, what is a double entry bookkeeping system, that we understand. So now the very important thing that you have to tell me, the process of recording transactions in the different journals is actually called. Right. The correct answer, that is your generalizing. Okay. So generalizing is actually the process of recording transactions in the different journals, and that is this process is actually known as a generalizing process. Okay. So that would be your correct answer of this question. Okay, I am hoping that everyone just understand this session very well. So just tell me, how much marks you are going to get from the out of the 10. Just tell me, everyone. If you're just like like some bankers just get the 7 to 8 marks, so that is a sufficient. That would be the passing marks for this session, because some questions are somehow tricky questions. Like we understand the process of this 10th number question, that is the process of recording transactions in the different journals, that is actually known as a generalizing. Okay, so very nice attempt everyone here. Just stay tuned to Officers Adda 247, and we will now meet on the tomorrow. Okay, so now I'm going to show you how you can enroll in our paid batches and how you can apply the code, so that you just do not need to pay the full amount on the batches. Okay, so just first thing that you have to do, that you have to visit the adda247.com, and after that after that you have to go to the JIB CIB section, and where you have to go on the JIB section, and here you can find a multiple courses, like, and that is that for the both of the languages, like bilingual as well as the English languages. Okay, so you can get a multiple batches, like if you're talking about the target batch there. Meanwhile, you can also just go like purchase the test, like mock test as well as the ebooks. Okay, there are different type of the ebooks also available, and that is a very helpful for your preparation, right? So if you're talking about like the target batches, okay, so the very beautiful thing that now we are just collaborating with the Macmillan, so you are also going to get the physical books, and that is that is a very precious thing that you all are going to get, and this is also a very convenient price. Okay, so what you actually have to do, now the current price that is just written here 22,799. So what you have to do for the very affordable price, like you have to go to the like apply the promo code section, where you have to apply Y422. Okay, and here you have to just apply, and now you can see the very minimal price you are going to pay, like 5,243, and there is a currently 77% off is running. So this way you can just enroll in our paid batches, and now we also collaborated with the Macmillan edition, so this is a very beautiful thing. Okay, so thanks for watching this session, thanks for joining me here, and like this video if you're liking our effort, share this video to your friend, so that maximum number of our colleagues and maximum number of our maximum number of the bankers can join with us and can join with us in this journey. Okay.